again, everybody. It's Elizabeth from Spiritual Care at Sharon Richardson Hospice in Sheboygan Falls. Today we're going to talk about mindfulness. It's a really great technique that you can use to help manage stress, and you may have heard about it already. That's because it's becoming really popular probably within the last decade or so, and people are using it in school settings, in even hospital or healthcare settings, as well as in the workplace. It's an evidence-based approach that can kind of help uplift your mood, manage stress a little bit, and even help with some anxiety. So, in a nutshell, mindfulness is a mental approach. It's really about how you guide your attention in each moment. You may have heard of mindful meditation, and that's an intentional application of this particular technique and can certainly help you build your mindfulness muscle. However, you can actually bring mindfulness and a quality of mindful attention to really anything that you do. At its core, mindfulness is really cultivating your attention. It's a really deeply grounded state of attention where you're fully engaging um, your attentional faculties in the present moment, and really reducing distraction and minimizing judgment. We're all human and we're not perfect, so it's hard to suspend all judgment and all distraction. But it's being really intentional about minimizing judging what's happening in the moment and allowing distracting thoughts, like what's for lunch, popping in your head while you're trying to meet with colleagues or talk with a loved one. Mindfulness is really accepting our thoughts and our feelings and the situation that we find ourselves in, um, as it is, and really trying not to get too caught up in all of those thoughts, all of those feelings, and everything that's going on. It's becoming more of a witness to those thoughts, to those feelings, and to the situation versus allowing all of it to start to consume you. It really can help us to decrease our reactivity and really helps just kind of slow things down a bit. So there's a simple technique that can really help us to anchor into the present moment. It's called the five senses exercise, and you can really do this anywhere, anytime. Uh, when first starting out, I found it easiest to do it just while walking outdoors. And I would usually start with my sense of sight and then work through the rest of my four senses. And so what you do is you think about, okay, I'm going to use my sense of sight. I'm going to pay attention to any little extra details that I notice around myself, things that maybe you weren't even noticing before, and just really heightening your attention to the things that you're seeing. Then you move into your sense of hearing and you start to tune into sounds that maybe you were adapting out previously. Maybe you hear like the hum of a fan or the tick of the clock, or right now I hear the little tick of my heating system in my home. And then you move into your other senses, sense of touch. So, what can you feel? I can feel a little bit of coldness in the air. I can feel myself being supported by the couch. I can feel um, my clothing on my arms. But before, I wasn't really tuning into that at all. And then you can move on to sense of smell. Smell, maybe you can tune in and smell something that's in your surroundings. Maybe you're outside, a little fresh air, or maybe I smell a little bit of my shampoo. And then move into taste. And a lot of times you might not have anything, but perhaps you just had lunch or you just popped a mint and you're just tuning into that sense of taste. So that helps us just to kind of get into our body and out of our head a little bit and anchor us more into the present moment. And like I said, it's easiest to start maybe with a walk outdoors, or even just in the comfort of your own living room, and just take, 3 to 5 minutes to try that exercise. So really, That's our call to action. Try this exercise while you're eating, maybe even while showering or bathing, or of course, like I mentioned, on a walk outdoors. Work your mindfulness muscle and start to feel a calmer sense of being. And then start applying it to more difficult situations, like maybe with an ornery child or a squabble with a loved one. And leave us a comment below and let us know how you use mindfulness in your life. Please join us for our next video on resiliency as we look forward to sharing a little bit about the buoyancy that we can help create for ourselves in these especially challenging times. Thanks again for joining us, and until next time, take super good care.